Hey y'all, it's me, Bob, the Gopher Dentist. If you like watching the Dirt Block, you should totally check out the bonus podcast. It's got Al, Joe, and Tony having lots of hilarious fun times and learning a little bit too. Just check out the description of this here video and click Become a Member. 9 out of 10 Gopher Dentists recommend it.
What? What are we doing?
Getting dirty.
What are we doing?
A dirt block.
I'm gonna take a look at the build from last night first.
That
Tony,
was a fun
you
one.
took away... No, wait, no, you didn't. I thought you took away my ladder.
No, I didn't. I think the only thing I took away was one block that I think was errantly placed to even
Ooh, I like
things out.
this. I like this prison that you built. That's very nice.
Yeah, it kept catching the wood on fire because apparently I'd like to build with wood when I shouldn't.
What was catching on fire? How?
It was
Really
like
nice guillotine right here. Oh, that's a great guillotine, Tony.
that was I couldn't tell if anyone would even be able to tell if it was a guillotine, so I'm glad you said
No,
that.
I can totally tell. I can absolutely tell. That's perfect. Don't
Yeah,
let
that's
anybody tell
actually-
you different.
All right.
They're losers.
I haven't had a lot of time to think about it, but that's one of my favorites. And I'm shocked we haven't had a castle yet.
I feel like it could be
how?
bigger. Like it could go up higher. We could have more
Yes,
tower
I was
stuff
expecting a
going
little
on.
more height, but
Yeah, right now it's
Yeah.
like one of those like plains forts that doesn't really need to be that
Yeah.
tall. It's not like you're worried
More
about
of a-
siege towers.
more of a garrison maybe. or-
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like just little troop outpost.
Yeah. Yeah. The drawbridge and the moat. Yes, I'm pretty happy with how that turned out.
It's a beautiful day over on the dirt block.
Now, the rare build's also where things didn't go completely haywire from what I thought was going to happen.
I mean,
I wasn't like,
that one's
"Oh, it's a
pretty
trout."
straightforward.
I thought your face was pretty straightforward. I thought the skull was pretty straightforward.
Well, my
It's,
face, I mean, I knew what it was. I just didn't know exactly what you, like, you finished my face. I was like, oh, I'll try to go do
expected you to
Joe and
then-
Tony's face, because I didn't, you know.
Something else. Yes. I didn't expect you to. The one time I did not expect you to, like, I'll do exactly what is expected here. You tried to do exactly what was expected and finish the other faces. And I was like, why isn't he like. And then you broke off and put a booger in your nose and a giant dick in your mouth. I think you think
That's
those
not
like
exactly
consoles,
accurate, but sure.
Aha! Let's go to the tape there.
That was just off camera.
I'm not sure what you think you were building in there, but numerous people have commented that it looks like a cock and balls are in your mouth.
Oh, that. The tonsils you're talking about.
Sure, that's what it is then. Yes.
Tonsils,
Tonsils.
testicles, what's the difference?
Whatever. Bummed out my HSX numbers aren't doing real good this week.
Yes,
Specifically, I say this week. I'm amazing this week. But today, I'm down on everything except for stuff I'm shorting. Which is, not ideal.
so Magnificent Seven is.
Magnificent Seven has been going down ever since I bought it. I don't think anybody has any confidence in that movie.
That's rare for a big name, big budget, big star blockbuster like that.
Yeah, how do you
have
fail with
confidence
Chris
in it.
Pratt and Denzel Washington?
Usually the stocks slowly rise up until the point of release.
I still have confidence. Like, I haven't gotten scared and been like, I gotta sell. But it has made me think, like, what am I missing here? Everybody else is
Yes.
thinking this is gonna be terrible.
So I'm not invested in that. I can say that I'm enjoying watching where it's going, and I'm curious to see where it lands. Whereas the stuff I am invested in, I'm always like, invested in it, and
I
really want it to
shorted
go
a
the
movie that
direction.
I thought you were talking about, like, emotionally invested, but then I realized you meant literally invested.
both. Because I'm not literally invested, I'm not as emotionally invested. I want it to be a good movie because
There was
it's
a movie
freaking
that I'm
Western.
emotionally, like, I'm interested in. Like, I saw the trailers. I was like, this looks like something I would enjoy. But I went up and shorted it because Jared Hess hasn't had a good movie in, I mean, like a successful movie in basically since Napoleon Dynamite.
Wow, no, he hasn't.
What
has he
I don't
done?
know what Nacho Libre did numbers wise, but I'm pretty sure like that was a good one for him. Like Gentlemen Broncos, no. I forget what the other one was. Oh, Don Verdeen, no.
I'm kind of guilty
So-
that I like Nacho Libre.
Oh, I love Nacho Libre. I don't feel guilty at all. Like screw you guys
talking-
who don't like it. But it's clearly Jared Hess is a very much an acquired taste.
Yeah.
And So I'm looking forward to it. It's also got, what's his face, the sort of ancillary villain from Iron Man 2, and from the guy who was in Moon.
Oh, Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell, yeah. Who I think it's got Sam Rockwell in it anyway. It's got some people that are not like. They're not bad actors, but they are not what you would call box office.
What's the middle
guarantees.
one? What was on after Nacho Libre? Was that the bottom with the authors?
Yeah, that was Gentleman Broncos.
I wanted to see that, but I never did. That looked really freaking good. Did anyone see that?
Not Gentleman Broncos.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw it.
Was it good?
I think I need to rewatch it.
Yeah. I'll do that this
But
week.
I did
chicken.
not enjoy it as much as I wanted to the first time I saw it.
But nobody was
Man,
watching
Nacho
that.
Libre is so like I will still quote to this day Nacho Libre stuff. And the music in that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the soundtrack. Still like I get the I'm proud I am. I think I am. I'm glad I am.
There's a
He's like a
beat down at the library coming in my town where it's an actual Nacho Libre thing coming to our library. I'm not sure why, but I kind of want to go to it. Or I
mean Lucha Libre?
Lucha
Like-
Libre, yes. Like
Oh,
they're
I was gonna
actually
say
having
Nacho
like,
Libre is.
yeah, Jack Black is not coming to pretend to be a priest.
It was a movie, Tony.
Yes.
That's not a real thing. You and your library are very confused.
Mexican people don't actually wear masks and wrestle, Tony. I don't know where you got that idea.
But yes, they're doing one of those at my library, and I think that's a good time to go to the library.
Yeah.
There's also
know what-
a movie reference in Nacho Libre that I absolutely adore. I think I've mentioned this in the past, but he gets into a fight with his friend because he's not baptized, and like eventually like forcibly baptizes him, and it may not even 100%. Like I could not state to a certainty that it's a movie reference, but there is an old school like black and white movie called Father's Little Dividend, sequel to the movie Father of the Bride, and like a major part of the plot of that movie revolves around the fact that they're like everybody's horrified that he's not baptized, and just like when Nacho Libre says to whatever his Sancho Panza guy, his sidekick, he's like, "You're not baptized? You need to be baptized." It's just like it took me back to that completely, I would assume, basically unseen at this point by anybody who's alive today. Movie. It's like, yeah, Jared has seen some obscure stuff.
That sounds about right. Man, I have like a clean inventory for the first time coming into a dip block.
Dip block?
Dip block.
Like completely
block?
clean? Because that like not a shovel or anything?
No, I mean like I didn't come. Usually I come over from the build and then I get here and I'm like, oh, I have crap. I'm full of crap.
Yeah, I
But
actually made sure to
Should go to the bathroom before we do
myself
this.
Before, like I did it on the at the end of the stream. Tony was. I remember to put my stuff back in the chest.
Yeah, I forgot. I also forgot my sign, which is bad.
It's more of a tradition at this point to not put it in. I think.
Is it switched? To come running back when you're
Joe,
on. And...
We've been doing it all along, Joe. I have not yet not forgotten to remember to
What?
not put on a Yo Mama sign.
Is that a quadruple negative? I don't know what
I
just
don't
happened.
not. I don't not put no Yo Mama signs.
So, Al, you recently built a dirt block, or dug one out.
sort
How
of.
long would it take you to build a dirt block in real life?
Me?
Yes. So you and your shovel making the dirt block. Not just a dirt block in your yard, but the dirt block.
It took me about an hour. Now this was granted like if I was doing it full time, I think I could dig. You know, if I was like every day doing this, I could probably get one block about every 20 minutes.
That's a
So
pretty
extrapolate
good clip.
that out for 8 hours a day.
So 3 per hour
Yeah,
for 256,000, or divided by 256,000.
divided by 8.
56,000
Yeah,
divided by...
days.
Divided by what?
Divided by 8 to see how many days.
Are you actually doing this, or do like
I was.
I don't have a
digging
calculator
dirt.
out in front of me?
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out rudimentary.
30 years?
If you're
I
lucky.
can put it up on the screen later. Future Albert, edit the number into the screen.
Sha-na-na-na. 3 dirt blocks times 8. 24 per day. That math checks out. Are you working 7 days a week on this?
No, I'll work 6.
All right. So that's
He needs
365
the
minus
Sabbath.
52. I don't even know how to do this. You're working 7 days a week. 8,760 blocks a year. Sorry, I had to come back to Minecraft. I can't finish that because I heard something coming up from me. So yes, now do the math in your head. That many blocks, how many years? Sure.
How many blocks are in the dirt block again?
Over 256,000, something like that. 264,000. Oh.
Yeah, it's about 29 years. I think I might have had it right.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Of 7 days a week, 8 hours a day of digging dirt. Yes, that's a long time.
I think
I'm,
we should
I'm
probably
avoiding
get you a
cutting
backhoe.
this path, by the way. I don't know whose path this is over here by the Namaste Creeper. But I'm not...
That's
I don't know if
the,
it's
that's the-
important.
that's the path to the desert.
That is the
Is
path
it?
to the desert. Yes.
Okay. I'll leave it.
We can put up landmarks instead of the path. It's okay.
Nope, I'm gonna leave it.
It is Minecraft. All right, you're leaving it.
There's just gonna be like an elevated like patch of dirt.
Yeah, it's gonna be ridiculous. It's not gonna be usable as a path.
It might be safer though until you get shot by a skeleton.
Yes, and then you're
Ooh, there's
doomed.
creepers over here. Hi, creepers. How are you doing? You know what? I'm gonna eat first.
Ooh, playing on mute. This is gonna get scary.
Man, these
pretty much.
where am I getting this light from? What are these torches over here? I guess they're just casting it pretty far.
Where am I getting this?
Creepers! Hi, how are you? And one more? Nope. He blew up. All right, that's fine.
Did he at least
Yeah,
leave
the
you
thing
some
I was-
dirt
He
behind?
blew up some of the path. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the thing I was gonna say about having an empty inventory, or basically a cleansed inventory, I've been digging forever, is what I was gonna say, and I'm still not... I have like 9 more stacks to get before I am full.
Man, these
That's
creepers
the-
are helping me
that's
dig.
The upside to the whole coming over here full of crap is that I get to think I'm doing more work than I actually am, because I fill up my inventory faster. And in the end, isn't that the real speed?
Isn't
your
that
mind.
the real meaning of Christmas?
No. What?
The Christmas
Not
question
get a
wasn't that
single
difficult.
critical on that zombie, but I did a lot of jumping around.
I was gonna say Al's already starting the Christmas train, which is
Pretty
Choo-choo.
scary.
yeah. Really
Why is it
terrifying.
scary?
Because it's,
It's so
like
early.
Halloween first. Like you're not allowed to mention
My
Christmas
kid
until
doesn't want to
Halloween
go on
is gone.
Halloween.
We covered this. This is not the bonus podcast dirt block.
I'm just saying, like, I don't want to do it. He doesn't want to do it, so I can't dress up like, you know, anything, because that costs money.
Not if you go to the dollar store. Well, it still costs money, but it's like $6, and you can put like a colander on your head and pretend you're a Dalek.
Okay. I don't think you've ever seen Doctor Who.
To be fair, yes, that's a way higher budget than they had for Doctor Who, Tony.
Oh,
They had to
That's
borrow
a
the
burn.
calendar. They had to put it on layaway.
I bought a new car.
Season
And
2,
if I
they
knew,
owned
I
the
mean
calendar.
like old.
You switched to an SUV.
Yes, from a minivan. I had a minivan, and I still have a minivan, and now I have an SUV instead of the sedan that I had, the 1990 Ford Tempo. That was
There are a lot of our viewers that were younger than that car.
a lot of yeah. I'm almost. I mean, I've like got 5 years on it, but it's way closer to my birth than it is to the
Dun-dun.
present day.
Dun-dun. Well, that's a large number of things.
I mean, it was Clinton administration. It was all sorts of
I
stuff.
mean, that's all of history up until half of your age ago. That's not the most astounding stat I've ever heard.
You see a lot
It's
of
an old
obscure...
car, is what I'm saying.
Oh my god. Okay, all of a sudden, I think, Al, you cleaned out your area, and then I got a spawn pop. Bastard.
I got
spawn pop.
Really?
Kids love it.
What do you think that would taste like? The primordial ooze.
Spawn pop.
That's putting it generously. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple other ways.
I was going somewhere else with that, and I'm glad you took it to a
Embryos.
more classy place, Tony.
Abortion.
Yes.
Luckily, I'm getting crap now, so I'm full up. Hooray! Screw you, dirt block.
Now you got me trying to jump to kill this little Vern zombie, and it's not working.
Yeah, it doesn't work that well, does it?
Not really.
You got to be on the downstroke.
Oh, he's running away
the
from me,
downstroke.
so that's good.
Oh,
Really?
little guys, no. It's really tough.
He pathed
When
wrong.
does that happen?
He pathed wrong. He came back.
Oh, okay.
He just decided to run up a hill first.
The zombie made a mistake?
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing. Interesting.
I don't want to lose my diamond shovel. It's only got like a sliver left.
I don't want to lose my diamond shovel. Everyone's favorite country music song.
From Grammy-winning artist Joseph Devin.
Yeah. How many Grammys do you have?
I got 3, but decided to retire.
Yeah. I mean, the spoken word ones, they just hand out like popcorn.
Think there's going to be a Grammy for podcasting one of these days?
Eventually.
Eventually.
And
Yes.
Serial's going to win it every year for like 16 years, even if they're not doing very well.
Hi, zombie.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad things.
I didn't hear any, well, okay, I heard about it when it was going on, but, Serial this year didn't, make that big of a splash.
Yeah, with Bo Bergdahl. People did not care so much about him.
Which is weird, because it was a bigger story.
Yeah. Like some guy went up, full Homeland, basically. Holy
Oh, yeah?
crap. No, he was just captured by Al-Qaeda for 5 years and then came back, and now they're trying to charge him with stuff. Because
Well, the question is, did he do anything?
Wow, that is more zombies than usual.
He
Holy
admits
shit.
to sort of having wandered away from his post on purpose. But there's some people that think he was initially intending to give aid to Al-Qaeda.
And he claims that he was doing it to prove that he could, Jason Bourne it and basically, get information on his own, and he was mad about things that were happening with various parts of the leadership around there.
Mhm.
Whoa!
Which is,
where am
I think that's
Where am
still
I?
a lame excuse. I didn't like my boss, so I got myself kidnapped by our enemies.
Oh,
I mean,
there's a
actually,
hole up in
you
there.
you
There's a
said
hole up in
wandered away. You said wandered away from base, not kidnapped.
Well, he got
Well, no, he
kidnapped
wandered
after
off,
he
and then they
wandered away
kidnapped
from
him.
base. I'm in
That's
a hole
kind of
with
an important
6
detail of the
zombies.
story. I thought he just walked for a bit,
Why?
and I was like,
Yeah,
Why?
no,
Yeah.
they're
Why?
not prosecuting him for going on a 3-hour walk.
yeah,
he-
that's again.
He wandered off. He was, I forget exactly what he was. What was he trying to prove? He was looking for something.
He was mad that the colonel was mad at them for not shaving and things like that, and all sorts of other things.
Again, petty, but okay.
Wait,
And
for
secondly-
him for not shaving?
And his entire platoon, they came in and they were talking. The guy was trying to prove a point that once you start letting discipline slip, everything starts to slip.
Yes, I would agree with that to some degree.
And Bo thought that the way he did it was wrong, and basically he was protesting it, so he did a dust up, and he was going out on his own, and he was trying to draw attention to it because he didn't think the command would listen. But that's one of 4 reasons he's given. His reasons have kind of changed a little bit over time.
Like Iago.
Yes, exactly.
Again,
like
I'm gonna
Iago.
go out into the desert full of Taliban because I'm mad that they're making me shave.
Yeah, that's
Well, he
I
shouldn't.
thought you were talking war atrocities or something. He was protesting, not
Yeah, I got some
disciplining the
sympathy from
soldiers.
somebody like Snowden, right? I haven't seen that movie or anything, but the idea at least that he's sort of
Yeah, he's
saw
exposing
something and
things.
he's like, all right, I got to say something. And, a lot of people think he maybe shouldn't have done it, but at least he's acting in his principles. This guy is just,
Well, the guy
I
was
was
very
annoyed by
principled.
my
He just
boss.
wasn't smart about how he did it.
principled about not shaving?
It was principled that, they said that he basically had this, glorious idea of World War, or, of war like a World War I soldier, and that whenever he got there, it wasn't like what he expected. But,
glory. What?
yeah,
There was
it
not
weird.
dysentery.
I think, no, he's saying before World War I, people's experience with war before World War I were very much real easy wins. And, we get to be all magnanimous and sort of very cushy wars, for lack of a better word.
Okay, again, Tony left out a word. You guys are just telling me pieces of this. Did he say before World War I or in
No,
World War I?
the World War I ideal of, a glorious death and all this other stuff. He had, a lot of weird ideals on things.
So he wanted to. Okay.
Like
He wasn't in World War One. I want to be clear about that.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, I don't like.
You guys are handing it
Al
off.
keeps
and-
like taking things from me before I can explain them, and it just gets weird. Basically, he
Yes, I don't understand. It's very strange.
like he
So,
had this
this
idea
guy
that
from World War One.
he wanted it to be like a gentleman's warfare. He wanted it to be treated like he was a chivalrous hero. He wanted to be a lot of things that just weren't happening. He definitely had some mental issues that were going on, like whenever he washed out of the Coast Guard. But because they were recruiting, they decided to ignore that because whenever he was at Coast Guard boot camp, he had like a full-on meltdown and was crying and was sent home. But the Army ignored that and allowed him to join anyway, and things just kind of went downhill from there.
That chivalrous idea of warfare where you don't have to shave.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that was like, it was also that they were like having to wear their bulletproof vests when it's 140 degrees to build a wall, all this other stuff, and he was just kind of getting whiny about some things.
That's basically what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I'm with Al on this. Especially because, again, well, I can debate what war was like before World War One. But, you know, the officer enlisted man thing was, sorry, I'm dealing with a chicken. That's why I'm... Get out of the hole, you freaking chicken! Thank you, he
like,
listened.
The whole
Oh my
attitude
god!
just generally annoys me. Like, I've had some, like, really bad management in my time.
Oh, I'm
And
sorry. I'm working on it.
I did. I didn't, like, I never left. I was never
fired.
like, this is bad. If I leave,
Yes.
it's going to draw attention to it. And then he got himself captured. So Tony didn't even finish the story. He gets himself captured by the Taliban.
the worst telling of the... Wow. Are we doing a better job than Serial? That's the question.
No, we're not. Well, I don't know. I didn't finish listening.
Of course we're not. I have no idea what's happening.
He got himself captured and like ended up having to like we did prisoner exchanges and like gave them a bunch of stuff and
Yeah, we gave them 5
in return to get him.
major Taliban people to get him back after 5 years.
Civilian to be named later. I'm the #1 draft pick next year.
It's not really that funny.
No, it's not. Well,
I don't think anybody on either side thinks like, oh, this is hilarious. Like people call him deserter and traitor and that kind of thing. And
the joke was
Yeah.
funny. The joke. It was a joke. So you can joke about a subject, and the subject remains sacrosanct.
Speaking of traitors and
Has anyone finished a sentence in this dirt block or no?
sorry,
No, I forgot what I was saying.
Welcome
thought
to
you
my
thought
world on
the
the podcast. You like sit there
I
for
thought the word
7 minutes.
sacrosanct was the end of the sentence.
You wait 7 minutes to get a sentence in, and by the time it's happened, it's not relevant or you've forgotten.
Which is what it's like coming here without stuff in my inventory. Thank you. I got to finish my sentence. You can go on now, Al.
I was gonna ask if you talked about being interested in it. I didn't know if you saw the Designated Survivor pilot.
No, I did not. How did it do?
okay.
I was interested
didn't
in a this looks I can't tell if this is going to be I don't know. Kiefer I like, big fan of 24 and his various movies that weren't crap. Kind of rooting for him to do well. The premise is always interesting. I know we talked about it on the Dirt Block before. I don't know how you build a show out of that.
The only
What's
redeeming
the worst
thing
show
about
that you can think of that's
Zoolander-
coming out right now that you've seen commercials for? Like you see it and you're like, there's no
Tony
way.
was starting it.
What?
Do you not hear Tony, what were you saying?
I was saying the only redeeming quality of Zoolander 2 was Kiefer Sutherland.
See, yes.
I did not hear. What was I not hearing?
Tony was like halfway into that sentence and he
I
started
legitimately
asking
didn't hear
questions.
anything. I'm sorry.
I think so. He got a little faint there, actually.
I was probably leaning.
What?
I was too
I
intent
think you
on
were
the
leaning.
dirting.
What show have I seen? Oh, nothing. Network-wise, nothing. Absolutely. All they do is make crap. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Crap,
you
I
You a
like
fan of that
good-ish
Lethal Weapon
stuff.
reboot?
Oh God, I
At least the guy
dry with that.
from the perfect host from the podcast this week is the main lead.
In what?
The new Lethal Weapon
Yeah, he definitely could take over from.
for Mel
Oh
Gibson.
no, Mel Gibson. Yeah,
Al loved that movie, by the way.
Yes, that's what I heard.
what Lethal Weapon?
No, the perfect host.
What the hell?
What's up?
Are you invisible again?
Yes, I'm invisible again.
That
Apparently,
was weird. The first one you put down, I was clicking to put down, and then it just kept going, and I was like, "This is." I mean, I caught on. That was weird. Woo! Ghost Tony comes in and haunts Joe on the dirt block. Pretty much. Trying to think of anything. No, there's nothing. Even the ones that sort of look interesting, I just know how they're going to be handled by like the major networks, so they're going to be very, just not like interesting in any way. They won't take risks, I guess is what I'm saying. Although apparently they were a little risky with Lethal Weapon, as far as because Mel Gibson was just straight up suicidal in the first one.
Well, they have that scene in the trailer.
Yeah, and they mimic that or mirror that scene. But instead, I read a whole article on this. I actually had forgotten that. Instead of, because in the movie, Mel Gibson like puts a gun in his mouth and like tries to steal himself to kill himself. Really pretty dark. In the show, he's just sitting there all burnt out in his trailer and has a gun on the table and he spins it around until it's facing him, and he's just like boom.
I think the only major network show that took a lot of risks in the past few years was Hannibal. Like, there were a lot of times where I was like, this is on, like, NBC or whatever it was on. I can't even remember
was
what
it,
network.
though? I thought it was on a smaller satellite channel.
I'm pretty sure it was on, like, major television.
Yeah, no, it was a major network show because that was one of the ththings everybody talked about.
Yeah, but going for gore, I mean, it's, yeah, okay. Fair enough.
And they canceled it.
They gave it 3 seasons. It's not like they gave us 2 episodes. They're like, all right, well, pull the plug.
True.
Which they don't do anymore because there's so much. So on HSX, to bring it back around, you can buy and sell TV stocks too, and the price they cash out at is how many episodes end up airing that season, and they're all hovering at like 15 or 14, because with the 24 episode season on major networks, everyone's like, I don't know, this could get canceled or not. Like, there's no. Usually, I mean, 4 years ago even, I would be like, that's gonna bomb, that's gonna bomb, that's gonna bomb, and then like 2 weeks into the TV season, you would read, there'd be articles about like, these 5 shows have been canceled, but there's been like very little of that in the past few years, less and less.
I wonder if that's because the shows are getting more expensive to make.
I feel like that has, and you just don't notice anymore.
Maybe I've been a little, no, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. In the next couple weeks, I see a couple.
Okay, remember that show Selfie?
No.
Yeah. Because it got canceled after like 3 or 4 episodes.
I mean, it still happens, but what channel was it on?
It's not on anymore.
Was it on?
I don't know. It had, what's-her-face, Amy from Doctor Who. Remember we talked with Tony, you remember the conversation we had with Danny Brophy about how he's like, I'm going to watch it because she's in it.
Is that Karen
Gillan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I don't remember that particular conversation with Brophy, but Brophy is kind of like this madness in a bottle type thing.
There's definitely some bottles.
Hey-o! Tony, remember when you
Alcoholism.
put thermonuclear warheads on the outside the dirt block as decoration?
Yeah. I remember fondly
good
losing
times.
all my gear to them whenever I didn't even shoot at any. Like, they weren't even in frame.
Did you get that? Did you get that message? I forget when I sent that. I think I pieced it together. I think either your flaming arrow brushed past it, or you lit the zombie on fire in front of you, and the zombie on fire walked into it. I believe is what happened.
I remember getting that message. It still wasn't fair.
Yeah. Well, we put something that volatile nearby and have a flaming bow and arrow.
How many
Maybe
episodes
things
did
go
that
wrong.
take? Like 7 or 8? Before.
I forgot because I was looking for clips for. Oh my god, the freaking giant creeper just scared the hell out of me. Whew! I was looking for clips for just highlights and commercials and stuff, and I couldn't find that one. I kept going back and back, and I couldn't find the one where he put it down. I was kind of surprised, so I wanted to get the whole. Oh, by the way, don't like look at those things because they'll blow up. They're really volatile. And I
It
was just
wasn't
like,
that far
"Why?"
back.
It was more. You say that, but I went looking for. What? Never mind. Yes. You are right, but it was further back than I thought. As I was sitting there, literally looking through, or I thought I would hit it, but in the number of episodes I went back. I don't know what. Why would you interject with that information? It wasn't that far back, but never mind. It's just an Albertism that I don't understand. I was the one who was there watching the videos going back.
I know, but I edited that video and it wasn't that long ago.
But it was further back than I thought was like my statement. And then
How far back did you think it was?
I don't know. Not that far back. 3 or 4, 5 or 6.
I was gonna say 6 episodes. Was it more than 6 episodes ago?
I didn't come to it yet. And again, it's not like I was just looking for that. I'd pop on an episode and listen for decent stuff to grab while doing something else. So I wasn't on a search for it. So maybe I didn't get through as many episodes during that search as I thought. Right?
Right.
So I'll blow up or something.
Well, this is one show that's not going to get canceled, folks. We'll be here next week. Well, it's time to call it, because I got to go watch Magnificent Seven.
Woo!
Bum, 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 bum.
No.
Bum, bum, bum. That's not the
No.
right theme. No.
Good God, man! Bump, 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 bump.
Yeah, you got it right.
Bum, 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 bum.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Oh, look, there's a penis on the thing over there. In torches. It's on fire.
Oh, someone saw that?
Yeah.
Yeah.